Good morning, ho, 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 ho. It's Christmas time coming, so you can see my deco behind. I hope you like it. And this is something we want to keep it on the lighter side, besides just looking at the stock market on the daily basis. And we really appreciate some of you who have joined us. And a very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show, Trading Ideas with SMARTRobie. That's right. Now let's get started, shall we? Right? Without further ado. Of course, you can see right now we are in very bullish territory. So you can see this morning in here, not so good. We are down 8 points this morning. You can see on the top right hand side in here. But never worries, I have a special bonus for you. Now, those of you who may not know, our SMARTRobie is really been kicking out and been helping a lot of people, and we want to hear your feedback. Now, for our Christmas giveaway, we want to hear your voice from the 15th to 24th of December. That's right. We'll be giving away 300 credit. That's right. If you go in and review us, give us a like, of course, the best review will get additional 500. That's right, 500 credit plus another 1 day free course. So all you have to do is go over to the QR code that you see here, click on that one, go over to like and review, and give us a 30 words, right? Screenshot, very important, because we want you to give you that 300 free credit, which can help you to make money, especially in this market. In here, take a screenshot of your review in your tab menu and send it to the number that's given there, 266-9761, WhatsApp it, and we will credit with you. So that's what we are trying to give back to the community that you have, and really thank you for coming and sharing for today. Now let's look at what we have for you today. Now today is definitely a Friday. That's right. Now, so Friday we are usually on the advanced zone in here, and advanced level 2, right, with premium alert, chart setup, and a lot of lesson learned. Now, one of the feedback we've been giving is that some of the charts we never really go back and learn from it. Those make money one, which we have a lot, and we always have it on whether it is trending stocks or it is Pentagon guided, because the market's bullish, isn't it? So we will get those kind of things. How about those who didn't work? Because some of you may have caught in those shares and don't know what to do with it, isn't it? It's something like Martin, you have 10 shares, 7 of them do very well. How about those 3 didn't do so well? You never talk about it. So this is why we really want to talk about it and share lesson learned. I think that's very important. Our Martin T.F. Wong, this education and SMARTRobie is created with the educational value that we give back to you, besides giving you many stocks ideas so you can trade. And we'll be using volume spread analysis in here. Now definitely today, the market is down. We can see down 8 points in here. We will look at the chart later and see how it goes. But remember, not all chart will really go down. Having said that, so this is why we've always feel that if that whatever it is, we always look at the individual charts. Now, if you want me to have any review on some of your charts, I'll be probably able to take 1 or 2. Just key in inside there. All right, and let's move on. All right, definitely our morning specialty will be looking at the headlines roundup. That's right. Now, definitely on the screen of everybody and also on the agenda of the government plus many of the analysts is our GDP growth. Now, Malaysian economy is recovering. You can see the dash one is the projected. It was projected about we have a 6.5, but we didn't go that bad. Minus 6.5 in 2020. But that is behind us. Just another 12 more days, we will be heading to 2021. And guess what? We have a lot in store for you and plan for, especially for you who are beginners, intermediate, and advanced for year 2021. Continue to follow us and share our video to your timeline and your friends. So 2021. It's going to be a great year. If you think 2020, it was tough at the beginning, we have the COVID-19, but subsequently the market rise. And if you did the right thing, getting a proper education, as we always said before, 2021 will be a year where we have the boom. Now, like any new resolution they have for the new year, do you have one? If you not, ask yourself, do you want to be an educated investor and educated trader? I think that should be part of your new resolution. And guess what? We, the team here at Trade VSA and SMARTRobie, will be with you to go through the difficult time and to able you to pick the great stock. And don't forget, year 2021 will be the year we're releasing SMARTRobie US market soon. So we are still in the final stage of testing in here, and we will move forward very, very soon. So having said that, we were looking at 2021 a forecast of 6.7 GDP growth. Now, of course, banking stock has done pretty well, right? The RHB, the Maybank, the Public Bank came from a low of $17. Let's take a look at where it is. Public Bank is still my favorite in here. So I'm going to show you here on the chart. Let me just bring out a bigger chart in here, and let's hit that one. So you can see Public Bank just has really risen a lot. You know, we came from a very low base, and you could see if you have followed the Pentagon way back, way back, you can look at the chart there. Just before 15th of November at 17.50. Right now it's $22. It's really a steal, we call it, like, you know, churi, because at that time, you know, you can look at the fundamental data. I still believe it was about 4 out of 8, but now no longer lah. Now it's 1 lah. You see, that is those of you who use the fundamental data, we adjust by itself. As the FA rating gets higher, 4 or 5, that's where you want to look at it. And if it pays a good dividend, why not? At that time, the dividend was also much better, of course. As the price now rise to $22, the Public Bank rating has dropped. It's no longer cheap. So that's why it's pay dividend to pay attention to FA ratings of SMARTRobie, especially some of those that you like, those fundamental shares. It will come, well, ladies and gentlemen, because we're looking at value in here. So right now, you may ask, Martin, should I take profit in here? I have a couple of people who text me personally, Martin, you know, banks has gone so well. Then again, we always look back to your trading plan. What is your trading plan? What is your financial goal? Long-term, short-term? That need to be decided out front. If you can decide that out front, it's simply very simple. If you are short-term, you want to swing in 2 to 3 months, that's fine. Take profit right now on Public Bank and also on Maybank, right? But when you see things like this, the news, bank earning expected to rebound next year, then you say, you'll be scratching your head, hey, how? If I sell, then market go up, at? So again, going back to the strategy, going back to the trading plan. If you have no idea how to build a trading plan, then come over on Monday, which is next Monday. We'll be doing our beginner segment. Then you can see how I can able, excuse me, to build a trading plan, especially just for you in there. All right. So the banks are doing well. If not, just take partial profit. All right. So let's go on to our next headline. Now, the next headline is about Sintex, okay? Now, Sintex is one of those early on, has a very good ratings, and it started to sort of, you know, move sideways. Let's look at Sintex, okay? And Sintex, S-C-I-N-Tex, okay, so that is Sintex. You can see on my screen here. Bring up the chart. Oh, no, I want to show you the fundamentals first. So if you look at Sintex, the fundamental, it's still was used to be 6 or 7, but the price has gone up, so now has dropped to 3. You remember, as the market goes up higher, there we will see more and more all this so-called undervalued stock becoming and dropping in their ratings. That's right. So you can see PE is 15, ROE is 15% in here. Price has certainly gone higher as such that we will drop in our rating in there. So is it time to buy Sintex? Let's look at the chart. Now, all things being said, you can always use the green pentagon or use the trading plan. Okay, the trading plan which is provided on the tab menu in here. All right, let's move on to our next story. Our next story is about the glove maker. Okay, as you can see, the glove maker continued to be in the spotlight, which I did cover on Wednesday night. All right, those of you who have came on Wednesday night, you would have known what I've talked about in here. You know, the 4 key theme into the rubber glove. Just go over and watch that video on Wednesday. If you are in our Telegram there, I've just posted in there just a couple of posts away for the rubber sector update. If not, you can go over to our YouTube, Trade VSA, and look for that video in there. That should tell you and give you a very, very good update and what are the things that we are expecting for the rubber glove. Having said that, now the story in here talk about short sellers. All right, short sellers are coming in and people are kind of concerned what's going to happen in here, but I think it has limited impact. My opinion is because this report also talk about the Kenangan analysts talk about that the RSS as well as the intraday short sellers, the quantity are relatively small. No doubt there will be volatility. Now depend on your time frame. If you're holding a slightly longer term, then this should be just some noise along the way. Let's move on to our next news. Is on VS. Now we all know VS is one of the supplier for so-called EMS for Dyson. Let's take a look at VS. Okay, having said that, and we'll switch on to a bigger chart in here, and we'll bring up the chart so you can see in here VS. Again, or if you have bought during the green pentagon, you will still be making money because you would have bought it around 240. This morning, let's check out the price. I haven't seen it yet, and let's look at the live stock prices. Oh, it's only minus 0.8. What's happening in there? Some people think that this is, will jump up again, looking at what is hot and what is not hot, right? Maybe VS is not as hot it is, but definitely you can see a long-term accumulation in here. We have seen that's pretty good, and I kind of like it. Net profit is 39% in here, and they're talking about Indonesia and operation in China doing pretty well. All right, so they are the industrial park. They are moving to Johor future expansion, so that's pretty good going forward in here. All right, should do quite well, but the stock is down, and partly maybe it's down for the reasons that we saw the KLCI. Let's look at the KLCI right now. Just now it was down 8 points, and down is down 11 points. So there may be some under current that I have not seen it yet. But remember, the GE15 is still on the table, and the dissolve of the parliament. Nothing has been said about that yet, but members, the public, those of you who's watching, I have talked about this on Wednesday night. We have solved the budget 2021, right? And I don't know what's the news this morning, driving down the market lower, right? Definitely one way to look at it is looking okay. Takshin, someone asked me to look at Yongtai home rates. Okay. Now home rates have dropped down, that's for sure. It has broken down in here. I have said before all right, good. CK, you got your 300 credit, right? Now we will look at the home rates later on. I know that stock is one of the stocks where we pick. He has dropped down again, going back to whether you're long term or short term. If you need to cut, you have to cut. Okay, just look at SMARTRobie in there. Okay. Let's move on to our next story. We are talking about Echo World. All right, the property sector now has swing back. Okay, they have swing back, and this was a record sales in here. Definitely Echo World. Let's look at Echo World. Okay, LD. Let's see Echo World, where we are on the stock chart here. Oh, it's up 10%, and it has done pretty strong. You can see the again, if you have followed the green pentagon, you have got in maybe around 45 cents. And this morning, definitely, right? Usually when you see this kind of news, follow the pentagon. Good news. What do? Cabut. You buy before the news. So one way, those reader who has been following me, you need to buy before the news. When you see news like that, you buy. Normally it's kind of suicide. Okay, so take note of it. That's why if you use the green pentagon, you get in earlier. When the market goes up, good news, you want to take a bit of profit. That's more on some of you who really want to trade this. All right, let's move on to the next story we have, which is the US market. Now the US market has done pretty well. As I said before, I'm a big proponent and supporter of the US market because the future, it's easier to predict. Now many of you may not know that the US market is difficult to trade, but you can always open a cross-border account in there, and there is definitely a lot of attraction, especially if you have a bigger size account capital of trading. If you're just like 5,000 or 10,000 ringgit, you better stick to Malaysia. But then again, there are many options that we usually talk in in our masterclass. And those of you who thought about upgrading your skill, as I said before, being a gender, being an educated investor, being an educated trader, you want to set this as a goal for 2021. You might want to look at our programs, our masterclass, to upgrade your skill. And we'll be looking at US market and really coaching you and training you to be an educated trader, investor. If that is your wishes to upgrade your skill, no, right? We should not be in the same skill level for the next 4 to 5 years. It doesn't make sense. You may say, I have experience, I have 10 years experience, but it is 1 year experience multiplied by 10 times. Not so good, isn't it? Right? So let's move on to what we have for you to share with you this morning in here is definitely our premium alert. Now, our premium alert, some of our previous pick is on 4th of December. You can see Inix and MYEG, which we pick on our, so it's done pretty well. So we will be looking at that right now. Okay, so let's look at the first one, Inix, right? And it is pretty volatile. I've seen these stocks, right? So you can see today is a big sell-off, 50. This is sell-off in here. So usually this was the day, right? Let me just bring this up a bit on the 4th of December, switching it to an hourly chart because that's the time. Now this thing in here, so look, the problem is if you're going to be, I assume today is advanced trader. You are advanced trader, right? Advanced trader means you pick the fast one, you must also get the fast one out. So if you look at this hourly chart, a lot of ample warning be given to you. You could have got in here. Now remember, let me just push this up a bit. Okay, 4th of December was here, 10 o'clock in here, right? Then the next day, the market jumped up. You see in here, volume came down. It didn't hit your stop loss, okay? Because you use the ATR stop loss, okay? So again, for the advanced trader, I recommend you to use the active chart. Like here, you can see on the hourly chart because the SMARTRobie is only daily chart. That's right. So you see this is the hourly chart and you can see you could have gone in here or maybe somewhere down here and that's a 54% profit. You could take 30%, 40%. Taking profit is also important. You could have got out here too, for example. Now also important I want to talk about is the volume. In here you come here, you could have panicked a bit, but Inix, which we picked the next day, jump up in here. Right, if you had got in here 40 cents, you got about 34 cents, you could have got out early in the morning or let it run, right, until you see the red pentagon. And if you have 30%, just take it. Usually I would say 30%, 20% take it. And you don't have to suffer until now. Now the problem is many of you don't have a plan. You tend to react. You don't know how to read the hourly chart. And you hear here, say here. So even you get a good stock like this, Inix technology, you may not able to take profit. So bear in mind. So if you have it right now in here, you probably have to say, oh yo, how back where you are? Well, an opportunity missed. Now very important, I assume you are advanced level in here. Once you have a stock, you take your profit, you move on to the next stock. Now remember, in Premium Alert, which I'm going to show you in here, there is every 30 minutes, remember, there is a Premium Alert. Every 30 minutes is a Premium Alert in here. So the whole point is to do a turnover system. You're out, you come back in again. Now again, this is for advanced. So if you are a beginner, you might want to stick to what I've talked about on Monday. Just sort of, get the hang of it and slowly progress. That's what we talk about, agenda in here. How to become an educated investor and trader. Start from beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So you can see what we do in advanced, then come back to beginner. So see what fits you well, all right? So this is what we are. So the next one we pick up, went up 14% on 4th of December is MYEG, all right? MYEG, again, I'm going to switch to, now let's look at the daily chart first. Okay, this is how we got home. So here was the 4th, all right? Now the question has always been, some people, they buy on 4th of December, right? They say, Martin, 4th of December, 10 o'clock, around this time, market gone up already, so much. So how to buy? Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, I always said before, you buy, no doubt you go up by 10% or 5% or 6%. Those who went up 30%, you don't want to trade that. But it is for tomorrow. Because a lot of people, because again, going back to not being trained and not being well experienced, what we call trader maturity, they only see the 8% today. They cannot see beyond tomorrow. Now look at Inix technology. It went up 54%, right? So as a result, most people are not able to muscle. Because to me, the charts, the tools that we have in Trade VSA and SMARTRobie will get you there. But the question is the software in your brain. The software in your brain, can you hold on and trade it? Now that's why we always say the software in the brain, hard to fix. The hardware we have for you, the software. So focus on software. So you can see in here, a lot of people may not trade this. All right, they say, hey, come down here. But because market gone up 10%, right? Wow, come down with this, isn't it? Then the market gaps up, right? Gaps up in here, 14-15%, right? In here, you may have exceeded in here. You still make some money or have a target. If you're a Premium Alert user, have a 10-15% target. If you get it, cabut. Okay, that's how you do. Again, you want to test this out and see whether it fits you or not. Else, you just like going to a buffet dinner, try a variety of things, the Pentagon Guider, which I think on Wednesday we did the intermediate level. You've seen some of the picks that we have for the trending stocks did pretty well too, right? And also Pentagon too. And this is one of the things that we really want to focus and show you. Now, not all picks will do well. There were some don't do so well. We will share with you right now. Now let's move on to our next story we have for you. The lesson learned. And one of those trades that didn't do so well was AT System. Now we all know AT System, right? AT System is in healthcare. That's right. AT Systems in healthcare, like rubber glove, they also take a beating, and that's why on Wednesday I've talked about this, how to prevent those things. So let's look at AT System, which we talk about it. Now, one of the things that we always want to do is to be very fair. Both the winners will have more, okay? The losers will also have, but make sure the losers are small, right? You cannot come to a part that, hey, I want a system, every winner, no loser. There's no such thing, one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look at AT System being what it is. We have a daily chart here, and let's look at where we picked this. Now remember, let me just bring this up. Now this was on 27th of November. All right, 27th of November. Of course, having said that, if you have gone in, okay, if you have gone in the 16th October, and let's look at how much. If you just follow the green pentagon here, okay, maybe you entered here. You can see. Wow, a lot, isn't it? You exited here. Also 100%, isn't it? Depending, like if you're 30%, you'll be out here or here. Okay, but let's talk about 27th of November. 27th of November is 27th of November is here. Okay, that's 27th of November, where again, 27th November, we are very early. Now remember, premium alert is very early. They get you in. If it do turn green pentagon, you're going to make money. In this case, it didn't turn. So on hindsight, if you look at it, it didn't turn, which is correct, right? It didn't turn. It's just that during that morning, there were a lot of upthrust. You can see here's a climatic volume, and you see upthrust, and we have a confirmation upthrust where we broke through the low of one of those nested upthrusts. You can see in here, and the market just going to move sideways. And we all know rubber glove not so good, isn't it? Because there was a downgrade from JP Morgan. So that's also causing the smart money not able to push up higher in here. Now let's switch to our hourly chart. Looking back on the 20. Let me see here. The date is 27th November. Okay. So 27th of November, which is here. This was the date where 27th of November. So if you don't have an hourly chart like this with the charts that you see, you might want to consider upgrade. Okay. Okay. So you can see 27th November, 10 o'clock, we were here, right? And then the market, what happens was there was a breakdown here, right? So that could be your first warning. It didn't have a follow through. So this is a breakdown, and then the market sort of moves sideways in here. But if you look very closely, what has happened is that the breakup was very good, but immediately when we have an upthrust, the market has a follow through, and we have the red pentagon in here, the market go down. So what we have seen in here right now, this market, all right, is just going to move sideways for the time being from the 26th of the 26th. There are still a lot of low volume. There were no huge sell down in here. Now then the question is, it's always been, would you cut loss? Would you cut loss and move on another trade? Now that is a lot of things that we're going to talk about in here. Tonight, next Wednesday, we'll be doing our 23rd December, our masterclass revision. We're going to share with you a method how to do what we call a trading portfolio simulation. Very important. Those of you, please come back. We're going to who have joined our masterclass, so make sure you join that one, because this is an exercise that we want to do it with all our masterclass members, so you can also go back and experience it, and you can run it next year for 2021. Right, because some of those results I will bring in slowly as we get on to the other day. But I want to do it with our masterclass member first. Okay, so you can see here, lesson learned is that this just one of those trades who didn't work, right? It break down in here, lower volume. There were no really huge sell-off in here. Now, if switching between daily chart and hourly chart, pretty good enough. All right, in here, it does look like it's just sort of moving sideways, and we have to see whether the green pentagon or not. So remember, if you are an advanced trader, you must react very quickly within the day, using charts, not using emotion. Now, ask yourself, how many times when you sell on emotion and not by looking at charts? If you don't know how to read the chart, maybe it's time we talk about the educated trader. Am I correct? Right? So this is the lesson learned in here. If you look at on hindsight, there were no green pentagon. Definitely, if we had a green pentagon on the daily chart, those who don't have time, stick to the daily chart. When we see D there, right? When we see the D there, and that would do so much better. Okay, so let's move on to what we have next for you. I'm sorry, I spent a bit of time on this because I think it's important for the lesson learned too. Now we have for episode 15, which is today, the 18th of December, we have 2 stock pick. All right, 2 premium alert anyway. Let's hit it up here and expand it. First is OCR. Okay, we'll look at the daily chart first. Now you can see daily chart, it broke through the uptrust, and that's one of the things I like it in here. Now it says pull back a bit. We have volume coming in here. Definitely, of course, 13th of October. This is a construction company, right? Now remember, when we trade this kind of stocks, there's no fundamental one. All right. So right now we see what it is. We have an uptrust. If you don't like this, you wait for the pullback and the confirmation, then you want to go in. But definitely, to me, I will call it it is. And again, next Friday we'll come back and review this. All right. This is the first one. All right. Then the next one is RL. Now RL is reservoir link energy, right? So you can see in here, switch to a daily chart, very nice, because there were a lot of, and the green pentagon came in because there's a lot of theme among the energies. Let's see how this thing do. Right now we got an uptrust. Now remember, it's only 10:30 right now, 10:40 as we speak inside here. The market still not ended yet. So that's why we talked about earlier the Inix technology, the MYEG, those trade that work and those trade that didn't work are like AT system, and we really want to study them very, very closely. Looking at the charts, you can see here hourly chart, the market has sell back, but the volume is a bit low in here. That's fine. You can see there was a long period of accumulation, all right, and then the market break up on the hourly chart in here. Okay, so in my opinion, if you are trading just a premium alert, some of these stocks, penny shares in this case about 55 cents. Fundamental, it's not that relevant because you're going to be out within if you hit your 30%, 20%, 10%, depending what you want to see. All right, so chart reading, again, I can emphasize more and more important. We will come back and review this next week. You see how to trade that. So those are the 2 stocks that we have for you in here. And some of you want me to look at some stock. Yes, definitely. Definitely one of them is Homerids for Laihe. Now, Homerids continue to fall off the cliff, as we said before. This is a heavy sell down in here. Again, going back after the red pentagon in here, the market broke out already. Okay, so that's what, if you are trading, going back to your trading plan, what is in here? I do think the all the others, I think Lee Hand, all are falling very similar. All the wood, yeah, they're all selling down in here. You could see the sort of the trend is already sort of stopped, okay, and it's standing profit taking right now. So you can see there is a rotational. Even you have Lee Hand, Po Huat, okay. There you go. They are all, Po Huat is better. They have no supply in here. So going back to your trading plan, now remember we were trading these stocks, all right, on the pullback trade. If you need to cut, all right. The market has broke down. You have all the red pentagon. Now, many times we have members coming in there. They do ask, they see those signs, and because they're afraid to cut loss, and then the market go back up. I think the most important thing is learning about yourself, learning what does the market do to you when you follow your plan. All right. The problem is a lot of people have plans they don't follow, and because all the technical indicators are in there, right? If you need to exit, you exit. All right. So in this case, Homerids, my guess is time to cut. All right. If you have not cut, cut half, right? You should cut here because the market may rebound back. But right now, what we see in here after the bonus split, this one should be a bit. This one didn't adjust. Okay, this one did not adjust. Let me show you the one that we have on SMARTRobie. Okay, you can see SMARTRobie chart here. Okay, bring up the chart, Homerids. So you can see also similar. You can see Homerids, you broke through the ATL stop loss today, right? Today is time to cut. Okay, let's look at another stocks that that y'all have. Okay, and this is BJTO. Okay, BJTO, quite straightforward. Okay, BJTO. BJTO. Okay, first we look at the green pentagon. Bring this down first. Okay, bring this down first, And look at the chart. Now BJTO, again, this already green pentagon. So if you bought it earlier, would be better. All right. So don't ask me, ask SMARTRobie. All right. SMARTRobie will tell you when the green pentagon come, buy. Okay. So now it's down, and so if you have not bought green BJTO, look at the BJTO trading plan. It says buy if you exceed 227. So right now, or 219. Okay. 219, 220. So now it's 223. So 219, 213, you want to buy back on the pullback. All right. If you do, just follow that. SMARTRobie there. And if you have gone in, let's look at the exit strategy. Okay. Exit strategy is 242 and 227. Hey, guess what? Don't look at BJTO. What did SMARTRobie tell you? Right? Look at what? Johor Tin and look at Padini. Why don't we do that? Huh? Let's look at Johor Tin. That's what SMARTRobie is smart, because a lot of them, we all have the perception that, hey, I want to buy BJTO. But SMARTRobie able to have the intelligence to scan for. And let's look at, I always like Padini, right? Because they are. Let's look at Padini. Okay. Wow, look at that. Padini already start moving up. If you have gone in here around 237, and around here too, you're still in the money. Today, the market is selling off. No doubt, we have seen the FKLI are selling up. Let's look at Johor Tin too. Okay, Johor Tin. This one is trending up. You got no supply in here. It's going up higher. So this is my real challenge. Can you reprogram your thinking by just not looking at the shares that you have, like in this thing now, and relook at it? After all, we just want to gain. And to me, this is what we call systematic investing. We have no preference. What we want to do is looking at the momentum of the charts. And that's why this is the advanced level of SMARTRobie. All right. So I hope you all like that. Zac Wu Snow. Okay. We can only do 2 so far. Right. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the preceding level is important in here, and this is something that we talk about, the stepping up volume and the stepping down volume. If you are holding this, or if you want to go in right now, some of the stocks like we talk about in here, Johor Tin, it is right. The market is stepping up in here. We have to see whether if this bar goes a bit higher, then that's going to be good. Okay, then you can see the step up volume like we say in here. So take a picture of this one. This will definitely help you a lot more. Or make a commitment to be a traded investor and continue to follow us. And if you're ready to upgrade, then you want to register maybe our next intake, okay, for the February 2021 class. We are opening for registration in here. Take your time. If you're not ready, no problem, continue to follow us. But more importantly, have an agenda to learn it. Now, on the 30th of this December, which is 2 more weeks from now, because next week we are doing a special for our masterclass student. We will talk about the KLSE 2020 report card review, which sector fared well and which didn't, and some of the lessons that we learned for 2021, which we can bring over to 2021. So make sure at the end of it, we want to know that we don't want to make the same mistake that we made in 2020, not for 2021, because I want to bring you through to 2021 with a good base, a good foundation, so you will continue to do what an educated investor and educated trader will do, is to follow a plan, have a financial goal. Else, come 2021, same time, December this time, if the market didn't do so well, you'll be also having the kind of result. Do you want to have same result what you have this year, maybe double for next year? If not, have a plan, because we have all the tools. SMARTRobie is here with you 24/7. I'm here almost every Monday, Wednesday. My colleague, Zac, Arif, Marina, our coaches, is always with you in our Trade VSA channel in here. We are here to support you. We are here to provide the assistance that you need. And all you got to do is upgrade your thinking and upgrade the tools that you have. So that's my lesson in here. And don't forget to give us your feedback, good feedback, bad feedback. We will continue to improve purely to help you out there. And that's a QR code in there. And if you do give us a review, hopefully it's a good one, we will give you, whether good or bad, we'll still give you 300 credits in here. And some of you already claimed that. And the best review will get additional 500. So that means almost 800 credit. We can use almost 2 months or 3 months and a 1-day course, because we are very, very generous for this Christmas giveaway. So thank you very much, guys, and I'm really happy to be with you. If not, I'll see you next Monday, and don't forget to share our Telegram chat room in our free stock market information already. I hope you all learned something today with the lesson learned. Some of the 2 stocks that did pretty well, Inix and MYEG. The one lesson learned that we learned is AT system, and we have 2 today, OCR and RLE, which we'll review next Friday. Thank you, and have a good weekend. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you for sharing your time with me, and hope that you will have a good holiday. Although next week I'll still be back, and then have a good holiday, have a good rest. I know some of you are traveling balik kampung, because CMCO has been lifted and you want to travel. Drive safely, which I will also be doing a bit of shopping in KL. Maybe I'll bump into you too. Bye bye.